put an alligator came up through the sewer and ate this guy by his ass. We've got to cancel the festival.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2022 low-budget horror comedy Sewer Gators, a film that is written and directed by Paul Dale, who also stars in the film, as well as Kenny Ballou and Sophia Brazda. Now this film essentially is a Jaws remake, but with a gator, and it focuses on a small town down in the south. They are about to have their annual gator festival, and they are preyed upon by a sewer gator that is coming up into people's bathroom, toilets, sinks, baths, everything else you can imagine, and snacking on the locals, which the mayor can't have because this gator festival is the biggest annual event. And the sheriff can't have, obviously, because he needs to protect the innocent. Right, what are my thoughts on Sewer Gators? Well, okay. Let's try and be polite. This film is, as I've mentioned before, with some of these low-budget films that I review, there's a excuse me, when it comes to low-budget films, there's kind of like a scale. You know, you've got low budget, which is 10, and then you've got a no budget, which is like a 0 or a 1. This is like, you know, right down at the zeros and a ones. It's a no budget, low budget film. So again, your expectations need to be in check when you're watching a film like this. Otherwise, you're going to be absolutely appalled. Now, fair enough, I'm quite appalled by this film in many ways. But I'm going to try and be critical in a sense of. I think the best thing I think this film has going for it is the fact that it's presenting itself as a horror comedy. And it doesn't take itself seriously. It's definitely got its tongue firmly in its cheek, which helps redeem the film in some aspects. Because if this film did try and take itself seriously, it would have been unbearable, I think. So like I said, there's no budget to speak of here at all. So when there is a gator attack, you don't see anything other than a camera going in close to someone screaming or trying to scream, because obviously they can't show that. The closest you get to seeing a gator in this film is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, you will see a tail going down a plug hole in a bath or something like that, or going down a washer. That's the closest you see to a gator, or some clip footage from some kind of gator documentary. And then right at the end, you get like the full shot of the gator. And it's quite big. So I'm not really sure how it fit in up people's toilets and out of people's plug holes and things like that, but let's forget that. So there, as you can imagine by my cynicism and sarcasm, doesn't make a lot of sense, this film, and it is essentially a Jaws rip-off. Now, I think that for me is the thing that grinds me the most almost about this film. Even if they did $100 million budget remake of Jaws, it would very likely fall flat on its face, because you can't recreate a film like Jaws very, very easily. You need all the right ingredients, and even then you would probably fail because it's been done before. But to attempt to remake Jaws really with no budget is foolhardy, I think. I know it's horror comedy, so it's kind of paying homage to Jaws in many ways. But for me, they should have maybe took more of a look at something like Lake Placid, that was a horror comedy that kind of ripped off Jaws, but felt new and fresh and original in its own sense as well. And it was funny. It was everything it said it was going to be, that film, and it was very, very good. This doesn't do that. I mean, it literally rips off scenes directly from Jaws. You've got the guy doing the nails across the board. You've got them pulling a license plate out of, you know, a gator they've caught, all this kind of stuff. It literally rips scenes straight directly from Jaws, which to me isn't paying respects. It's ripping it off to a large degree. So I struggled to forgive that more than some of the other criticisms in this film. But ultimately, it just doesn't make a damn bit of sense, the film. It just doesn't. Not a bit of sense. It's hilarious, really, but it almost borders on it's so bad it's good, this film. And that's thanks to the light approach it takes. I mean, you've literally got some of the performers smiling in scenes where they should be terrified. And some of there's a scene at the beginning where someone's getting chomped on the toilet that, well, it kind of, I don't know, it sounds like he's listening to boy bands, being forced to listen to boy band music rather than being eaten by an alligator through the toilet. So that goes to tell you really that some of the acting on display here is not of the highest quality either. But if you like these really no budget type films to have a laugh and giggle at with your mates, there's plenty here for you. In regards to a quality release, I can't really go higher than a 2 out of 10 for this one because there's very little quality on display, unfortunately. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you found it useful. I'll be back with more content on the channel very, very soon.